Hey everyone. Hey. Um, just give you an update on the Deshaun Watson. I've been following that and I have a lot of articles on that. But this one right here, I just want to bring to your attention. At least two of the women that are suing Deshaun Watson have agreed to meet with the NFL. And the thing is about this is that it's a money grab, and that's what they've said it is. And so it says that the game of public opinion ping pong continues between the lawyers representing the opposing sides of the Deshaun Watson controversy. And on the same day, if you remember, Rusty Hardin, he came out and took an ultra aggressive position and officially responding to the 22 lawsuits and in making a public statement confirming that yes, Watson and Harding believe all their accusers are lying. Busby or someone connected to him leaked to Mark Berman of Fox 26 in Houston that at least two of the plaintiffs have agreed to meet with the NFL regarding the allegations. This is per a Zoom meeting, allegedly, and with cooperation from the alleged victims, Friel and the league can fully and completely investigate the situation, potentially issuing discipline under personal conduct policy. And without cooperation from the alleged victims, it becomes much more difficult to prove potential violations of the policy. But that's why the claims against Watson arguably have more settlement value before the alleged victims talk to the league, is what he's saying. But also, it says that they really just, it's a money grab, and that these women, Busby's clients, these women, he's trying to get settlements, getting them to write big checks. Whereas Hardin's attacks on the plaintiff is aimed at making them wobbly when it comes to their demands. And so the thing is with this right here, though, is that I believe that it does need to go through the regular criminal process if that's the case at the end of this, because a lot of this, they want to, silence you. And when you have women that have come out and made these statements that, if you give me money, I won't talk about it, I won't say this, that is very, very suspect. Very, very suspect. And so, they're saying that the additional women involved in the litigation have agreed to meet with the Houston Police Department. You know, uh, so they're trying to gain leverage against Watson for a greater settlement. The threat of a criminal investigation and potential prosecution in turn serves as leverage against Watson for a greater settlement. Let me read that again. I want you guys to know what they're doing is, oh, I'm going to go to the police department now. Oh, I'm going to file a police, complaint against you or report. But listen again, the threat of a criminal investigation and potential prosecution in turn serves as leverage against Watson for a greater settlement. So they're trying to use all of these tactics as leverage. And that's what Busby was doing, in my opinion, earlier when this all came out with these allegations against Deshaun Watson. Was he was trying to get him to settle with all the pressure and getting all these women to come forward, saying that this man did all these things. But again, I do believe that there's a level of immaturity. There's a level, I believe there are some some women that are scorned, and some women that were trying to extort and blackmail. And this is my opinion. I'm free to voice my opinion on this. I don't believe these allegations, but again, everyone has the presumption of innocent to proven guilty. And even with that being said, some people have been proven guilty when they really were not guilty. They just were still innocent. We have a lot of innocent black men incarcerated right now that are being charged, that are being held, indefinitely. They haven't even had, court hearings. And we have men that have already been charged and they're behind bars. And there are some men that they've had to release and vindicate because they were truly innocent. So this is, to me, in my opinion, a money grab. In my opinion, this is a money grab. And I think this is unacceptable. And I think we still need to speak out and use our voices about these women coming out making allegations for whatever reason, because I didn't get what I wanted, because I didn't get the money, because, I participated in something that now looks bad for me. I could lose my credibility or my job for going along in a consensual situation, but yet and still I want to now blame the man, I'm not happy after the fact. I have regrets. And so now I want to blame the men for the decisions that I made, when in fact you could have decided that you didn't want to participate in any of that foolishness, and start guarding yourself and start having discernment and understand that not every relationship is going to lead to marriage. Not every date is going to lead to a monogamous relationship. Dating is dating. You go out on a date, you have a good time. If you want to see each other again, you do. If you date long enough and decide you want to be with one another in a monogamous relationship. But however, women in general, and and I'm just saying, if you are one of them women that fall in that category, you need to stop looking at everybody that you date as a potential boyfriend, or a permanent boyfriend, or a permanent fixture in your life, or someone that you plan on marrying. Everybody is not interested in that. These are young men, most of these men, and they're not interested in marrying. They just want to date. They want to have a good time, and there is not illegal in America that I'm aware of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not illegal in America to date multiple women at one time. You can have a date on Monday and go out on Tuesday with someone else. It happens all the time. Women do it all the time. I had a woman to tell me that she didn't have a problem dating different men. It was free meals. It was free dinners. It was free purses. They got men to pay their bills, give them money, pay their cell bill, get their nails done, get their hair done, buy them expensive purses. So all I'm saying is, if women can do it and get away with it, then men can too. And women need to stop coming out saying that men did these things to them if it's not true. This is the thing. If you are a real victim, and I stand on that, if you are a real victim, go to the police department, go make a complaint against your perpetrator, your perpetrator. If this is the case, your alleged perpetrator, make a complaint, file a police report, do the things you need to do to cover yourself. And if you're not comfortable with someone, then leave. Tell them, I'm not comfortable. I want to end the date. I want to leave and move on. You know what I'm saying? Have protection. Protect yourself. We are not damsels in distress when we have a way out. God gives us a way out. Protect yourself. But to make up allegations against someone and continue to do it and say, believe all women and get away with it, I'm not buying into that. I don't support the Me Too movement. I don't support the Time's Up. I support what is right. I support what is wrong. Support what is right. I don't support wrong. Excuse me. I don't support wrong. I support right. And I support the presumption of innocence, due process. And I also support real victims. If you are a real victim, I support you. I encourage you. I pray with you. I pray for healing. I pray that you get the services that you need to recover. But if you are a woman that's scorned and you are not a real victim and you're just making things up, I cannot go along with you. I cannot support you. And you need to be held accountable for your choices and for the decision you make. And if you are making allegations that are not true, because there are laws in place about if you make a false police report, there are laws in place for that, and you need to be held accountable. So if you did make a police report and it is determined that it is false, you need to serve some jail time, because this needs to stop. And if you get on a stand and purge yourself and say, oh, well, I was just angry. I was going through a lot. I was heartbroken. I already been hurt by several men. And I was just mad because that person knew it. And I told them I didn't want to be hurt again. And they already knew what I had went through. And I was angry. You need to be held accountable and jail time. I think women should have jail time that come out and lie on these men. Because as you see today, there are so many, situations where now you have the heterosexual man continually being destroyed and placed in bondage. And almost like a prisoner within themselves, because they're afraid that as soon as they date someone or say anything, they're going to lose their job. They're going to be held accountable. They're going to have to come back and with their tail between their legs and apologize. But we need to start speaking out and saying, women, if you are a victim, a real victim, do what's right. Stop making up false allegations for whatever reason that you feel you need to make up false allegations, Stop it. You need to be held accountable. And I'm keeping it real. I'm not going to take that back. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. If you are making false allegations against someone, you need to be held accountable. No, I wasn't there for the Derek Watsons and the R. Kellys and the Bill Cosbys and all these other men that are being accused. No, but we understand common sense. Make it make sense, women. Hashtag women accountability. You need to be accountable, because we understand common sense. We understand when things don't add up, when they don't make sense. We understand those things. And so if it's not adding up and it's not making sense, you got to make it make sense. Prove that it makes sense. Show us evidence. Show us that you're telling the truth. Give us something to go on. Because until then, free R. Kelly. Until then, drop the criminal complaint against Deshaun Watson. And then, until then, let Bill Cosby out. Until then, all men that have been falsely accused, free them. Open up the doors, the gates of the jail cells and the prisons, and open them up and let out these men that have been falsely accused and that they have never done the things that a woman said they did. Free them. Let them out, because God is going to do it anyway. He's going to do it in due time. I believe in that. But right now, free R. Kelly. Drop the criminal complaints against Deshaun Watson. Free Bill Cosby and all the men that have faced persecution when they are innocent. Free them. And may God, let the ones that have went to the electric chair that are gone on, rest in peace. May your soul be released from the false charges that have been brought against you. Let me say that again. For the ones that have been persecuted, that were not guilty, that have died in the electric chair, may your soul be released from the false accusations brought against you. And for Emmett Till, that woman, they need to prosecute her. I don't care how old she is. She should be prosecuted for coming out saying that she made that stuff up. This man died. This family suffered and grieved for years. She needs to be held accountable. They need to go all the way back, just like they doing with these sexual assault cases. They need to go all the way back with these women that have lied. Go all the way back, and they need to hold them accountable. And the woman that came out, and that young man was 16 years old, and she said he raped her, and the school was sued. Her mother sued the school, and she got all types of money. Guess what? She needs to be held accountable for telling the story too and getting money. She should pay back that money. She should be working to pay back that settlement that they got her mother, and she needs to be held for jail time also. These women need to start understanding that false rape and sexual assault allegations against men is wrong, it's illegal, and they need to be held accountable. And these false police reports is being made. The laws need to work the way they're supposed to work. And there's laws in place for filing false police reports. They need to be the judicial system, the police department, they need to start bringing charges. The police department needs to start bringing these cases to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor needs to start handling their business and doing what is right. Because right now we see that a lot of prosecutors are not doing what's right. There's a lot of corruption in the judicial system. There's a lot of lies going on. There's a lot of evidence that's being suppressed intentionally to hold people accountable for whatever reason, and especially black men. And we need to start standing up even more and saying, no, we're not tolerating it anymore. See, when it comes down to it, I have black men in my family, and I stand for justice, and I stand against injustice. And I'm saying that we have to speak out loud and clear. We got to say, we need to flood emails, flood the judicial system and say no more. Hold women accountable. Hold women accountable for false allegations. Hashtag hold women accountable for false allegations. There's got to be some type of movement that we can get started that says hashtag hold women accountable for false allegations. I said what I said. I'm entitled to my opinion. And some women, if you are truly a victim, get the help you need, do the right thing, go through the process, and hold these men accountable. And if you're making up something, stop making stuff up, these false allegations, and work to get your own. If you want to get a purse, go work and get you a purse. Go work for what go work for what you think a man should give you. We got all type of opportunities out here as women, and we can get jobs. We can do what we need to do. To be successful. So you don't have to bring false allegations against any man to get ahead in life. This is a money grab. It's a bag. In my opinion, this is what's going on overall. Is that it's just a money grab to get a bag and to refuse to work hard to do what you need to do. So it's easy for you to make up something to get money. That's a sad day when money becomes the root of all evil when you do that. And once you lie with money, you're going to always be chasing money. And you're probably going to run out of money. And that money is probably going to not be used the way that you expect it to. And eventually you might be broke shortly afterwards, because it won't last if you're doing it the wrong way and you're using people in a negative way to bring them down. Destroying people's livelihood, destroying these men's livelihood, because you didn't get your way and you didn't get what you wanted and you feel like men owe you something. But again, in America, it is not illegal to have multiple girlfriends. It's not illegal to date multiple women. It's not illegal in the state, in the country. I'm sorry, in the state, in the world, in the country, in America. It's just not illegal. I mean, and I don't condone adulterous affairs and all of that. I don't. But guess what? At the end, and fornication, I don't condone that. But people do what they do. That's their business. But I know at the end of the day, for me, I chose not to date a man that I know is not willing to commit, that's not going to, that wants to date multiple women. So we need to use common sense women, and we need to step up and say, you know what, that's not what I want to do. I'm not going to compromise my morals and values. If you don't want to date me exclusive, then we move on. But sitting up here lying on men and making up, allegations, because that's what they are. They're allegations. That's what they are. But, women, you have a lot of opportunities to do what's right. You have a lot of opportunities out here to get a better job, to go to college, whatever you need to do. If you're smart, you have opportunities, and you can't let anyone stand in the way of your opportunities that are positive, that God is in the midst of. He will see you through those opportunities. And yes, you will face opposition and adversaries in pursuing your dreams, your goals, or your new ideal or visions. But if God is in the midst of it, you can succeed. You don't need to take down another black man to get ahead while you destroy another black man's livelihood. And yes, I'm saying that because we see it over and over, and we see it keep happening. And then you have the judicial system that have proof of things, and they're not even pursuing proof and truth. They don't want to pursue truth. They want to pursue the juice, but not the truth. They want to sit up and keep going with something because they spend a lot of money on the R. Kelly case, the Bill Cosby case. So they want to keep pursuing lies and going after lies. That doesn't make sense. Do the right thing. We as taxpayers, you elect these officials to do the right thing, and they don't. It's just too much judicial corruption going on in America, in society. And we really need to just continue to use our voices, our platforms, protesting, and even using our skills and knowledge and wisdom to flood the state attorney's office, our senators, flood. We need to do those things, writing letters to who we need to write letters to, and trying to get laws changed. And if there's laws in place, then guess what we need to do? We need to start trying to force them and make them follow the law, because there are laws in place for filing false police reports. And then there's the defamation of character, where the individual can get an attorney and file a civil suit for defamation of character. But however, we need to exercise our constitutional rights to do what is right and necessary. And for the Me Too movement and the Time's Up, it needs to be shut down. those movements need to be shut down because they're not being used the way that they said. And there's women out here like the Tarana Burks and Kenyatta Barnes and all of those other women out here, and what's her name, Dream Hampton, have gotten rich off of lies. Off of lies. They have gotten rich off of lies. And it's really sad. And Tarana Burke has a husband now, and I believe it's about money. I won't take that back. I believe that he married her for money because I read an article, not an article, excuse me, but I read something that he stated on Instagram that we finally got here. Well, she finally got rich. That's what I'm going to say. She finally got rich. And so you said, well, it's time to marry her because she finally got rich. And I do believe that that's what it's about. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, it was about money. He married her for money because what black man would want to marry a woman that's bringing down people, false allegations, and just bringing down black men in general? What? Because he's going to always be in her shadows. And if he does anything wrong, then she might turn on him. I mean, think about it. I wouldn't want to marry a woman that brought false allegations against someone and stopped them from being able to make a living and stop being able to take care of their children. Because when you mute someone's money, like Kenyatta Barnes mute R. Kelly, she is a stalker. I agree with Spitting Fire. She is a stalker. But when you sit up here and take away someone's livelihood to take care of their children and feed their family, guess what? You don't care nothing about young girls and children because Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has a daughter. He has two daughters. You don't care about young girls because you wouldn't have never done that. You wouldn't have never proceeded in doing that. And you wasn't there. And some of the women are just scorned women. And so is Gloria Allred. She's a scorned woman too. She's scorned. And, you know, her husband, I believe, cheated on her many, many years ago. And so they have vowed to get even with every black man, with every man that they can. They have vowed to get even. And I don't even know what that's about because when you dig one pit, when you dig that pit, that's the same pit that you're going to fall in. Proverbs 26:27. And when you roll over a stone, be careful because that stone can roll over on you. And there's some pretty big, heavy stones out there. And let me tell you, God will make your enemy your footstool. So all these people that are coming out, making up these allegations, and I'm going to say alleged, making up these allegations. But in my opinion, a lot of these allegations are just not true. They have no credibility to them. They're just not true. And I believe a lot of these women consented to whatever they consented to and they regret it. And now they feel there is a way they can make money. And when all these, and this is another thing we need to look at too. Just because 22 or 30 or 40 women or 15 women like the Gayle King, well, you're saying all these women are lying? Gayle King, you on CBS, whatever, you're on, you don't even sound intelligent. Gayle King, you just don't sound intelligent. Because if you can question all these women are lying, you don't sound intelligent. You just do not sound intelligent. Because let me tell you something. People can lie on you all the time. And it can be a multitude of people can show up and lie on you. Look at what happened to Jesus. A multitude of people, they lied on Jesus. So don't sit here and say that all these women are lying. A multitude can lie on you to get what they want. If they are trying to get something out of you, whether it's money, whether to bring you down, yes. And again, if you are dating someone, just dating, and then you run into someone, you sitting there, say the guy is with you in a restaurant, because we've seen this play out on social media too, where the guy he's in a restaurant with the other woman, and you show up, and then you see him with the other woman, and all of a sudden you and the other woman get together. And then another woman sees it on social media and she comes forward. And all y'all start getting together. Girl, you dating him too? Well, he told me he wasn't married. Girl, he told me the same thing. This is what I'm talking about. Now you have 3 women. And then another one. Girl, I got a baby by him. Girl, you too. Girl, I'm pregnant too. I had my baby already, but you pregnant by the same guy? And all these women can come together. Then it'd be like, he's not the father. He's not the father. No, I'm saying women will do what they need to do. And even if the fact remains that he was messing with all those women, that doesn't mean he abused them. That doesn't mean that he did anything to harm them. That just means he was a cheater. And there's a lot of cheaters out here. We know that women cheat, men cheat. Women lie, men lie. We know that. So that doesn't mean that he broke any laws. And that's what we need to look at. I don't care if a man has 50,000 women that he has slept with. What happened to that basketball player? What's his name? The one that came out and said he slept with all those different women. He's not in jail because it's not illegal. It's not illegal to sleep with multiple women. It's not illegal to have babies by different women. If you don't pay your child support, that's on you. You might wind up in jail, no driver's license, a federal, case against you, whatever the situation, or whatever case against you. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever misdemeanor, whatever case it is, you may have that against you. Some type of case against you if you don't pay your child support. You can lose your license. Okay. You have babies out here and the children are suffering because you can't take care of all of them, or you're not in all of their lives or whatever. But is it illegal to sleep with a lot of different women? Is it illegal to date multiple women? As long as you're not going around passing out a communicable disease that you're aware of, and you're intentionally harming people in that way, it's not illegal. It's just not illegal to do that. But see, it seems to me that they're trying to make it, like you're trying to make something illegal. Make an illegal situation legal. That's what it seems like, that they're trying to make something illegal legal. You can't do it. You cannot do that unless there's no laws in place that says a man has to date only one woman. And we know that men cheat in their marriages. They take a covenant, an oath, a covenant when they get married. But if a man or woman cheat, and we know women do it too, so it's not just men. So I'm not going to sit here and say that only men do that. No, women do it too. Women sit up and cheat too. They get caught cheating too. And they know they get caught cheating. Are they being held accountable? Is the man coming after them saying, well, she abused me? You very seldom hear men saying that they've been abused by women when they are scorned, when they have been heartbroken, when they have been mistreated, used and abused and misused. So come on now, women, you're not damsels in distress. There are laws in place. There's resources. You can do what you need to do if you are a true victim. So let's keep it real. And for men too, you can do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, women, you need to make better choices. Better choices. And if someone is doing something to you, you need to have protection. I encourage you to have protection. Don't leave home without it, whatever your protection is. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, because this has gotten way out of hand, it's long overdue, and we need to keep talking about it and using our platforms. And so I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for listening to the video. Share the video, please, if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel, and like the video, do ever, I just, what? I've been wanting to say this. It is well needed, and I got it off of my chest. I said what I said. Opinions are not the court of law. They are opinions. And whatever I may have said in this video, opinions and allegedly, because I wasn't there, but I stand on what I stand on, and I have a right to my opinion and freedom of speech, and I'm going to use my freedom of speech. Thank you all. God bless you all on today. Peace.